Good morning. Good morning. Um, yeah, first of all, I want to just apologize for being late today or from yesterday. I don't know, man. I've been my sleep schedule has been changing lately. So I've been going to bed hella early and getting up hella early. So, let's talk about this too while we're here. I'm not sure if YouTube is going to allow it, but we're going to discuss this um, today, and I'm going to show you guys something. But first, we're going to start off as we usually do. How is everyone doing, man? How was everyone's weekend? A lot happened this weekend. Um, they passed the stimulus check. We'll talk about that a little later as well. I personally found it interesting that that news came out on the weekend. I don't know why they, well, I do know why they do that. I've read that they do that because they know no one is paying attention, right? So $1.9 trillion. Dollars. Imagine they said that 14 million people that got the stimulus check last year will not be getting it this year. So I guess they lowered the income limits. So $1.9 trillion, dollars, 14 million people less getting the stimulus packet. You got to ask yourself, what was in that bill? And the reason why they passed those bills on the weekend is because they know, the masses are being distracted and they won't read it. They don't care. Most people didn't care. Most people just was like, stimmy this, stimmy that, stimmy, stimmy, stimmy. And for me, it just means the more devaluation of the dollar. So that's that. So yeah, let's get into it real quick. Um, okay, this one looks interesting. Yeah, I mean this is not that long, so we'll just go over this one first. As you can see, the title: Blank mom has claimed my son on her taxes despite having abandoned him in 2019. I just got my turn. I just got my return rejected despite. Um, let's just say I just got my return rejected despite having custody of my son because she had already filed and claimed him. She moved away back in December of 2019, and I got a modification of the divorce decree early last year, which ensures that I get to claim him every year. I guess she's going to get a call from my lawyer on Monday. Yeah, so being that it's tax time, this is something that as single fathers or co-parents or even married parents, hopefully you guys can work it out obviously, but if you're a single father or single parent or you're going through a divorce or you're separated, taxes can get tricky, especially nowadays. I mean, depending on how much money you make with the earned income credit, and also like I was just talking about with the stimulus checks. So the way the stimulus checks works, if you claimed the child on your taxes for 2019, that's how you got the money per child. So not only did you get the earned income credit, you also got the stimulus for each child. And I mean, depending on your financial situation, that's a nice chunk of change. And we all know that if money is the root of all evil, then people will do some people will do whatever it takes to have money, including filing other people's children on your taxes, claiming the kids before the other person can get to file taxes, lying and saying you didn't make enough money. Just think about how many people have went to prison for tax evasion or tax fraud. So yeah, that's a big deal, and that's something that I think a lot of people have to go through. Luckily for me, um, I was never really able to get the earned income credit, so I always I didn't mind if my ex claimed the kids because she had them, for the most of our divorce. Since we've been divorced, she's had all three of the children, 85% of the time. So I felt like it was fair for her to get the tax return. I don't say this, I talk much about her, but my ex is really good with money. She's not materialistic. She's not greedy. She's not selfish. Like she always really just does the right thing with the money. Like whatever money that she gets, she uses it for the purposes that it was, given to her. And that's why I never have a problem giving her money. I never have a problem letting her, file taxes or claim the kids or any of that stuff when she had them because I thought that was fair. And even, this year, since I got them in, I think June of last year, we discussed it, and so I'm going to claim the boys this year. So, that's part of co-parenting. That's part of being equitable. That's part of being fair and being mature, and you want to do things the right way because ultimately it should be about the kids, like that money is meant to help the kids, maybe open them an investment account, maybe put some away for them for a rainy day, buy a bond, you know, something. I think if you think about the children first and foremost, a lot of times as parents, we put our feelings first, we put our thoughts, our pride, and those kind of things, and we don't think about the kids. So, you know, as a father, you want to put the kids first, and if you have to get a lawyer involved because the co-parent isn't cooperating, then that's what you have to do. I personally, as a black man, try to keep them folks out of my business as much as I can, but once you get married, it's hard to do that. And then once you get divorced, if you have an uncooperative spouse, it's even harder, man. So yeah, good luck to this guy. Hopefully, it'll get fixed, but the IRS is slow. So if she's already filed that return, I mean, she's already waiting for that money. And if she's already got that money, she's probably already spent it. So yeah, good luck with that. So we're gonna move over to here. Mm-mm-mm. All right, we'll read this one. This will be the last one. This is tough. How can I best support my recently paralyzed daughter? Hello, fellow single dads. I don't know if this is the right place for this. It is. I just want to get as much advice as possible. A few days ago, my daughter was made a paraplegic after an accident. Phew. She just turned 9 a month ago. The doctor told us she had a complete spinal cord injury and will likely never walk again. I was wondering if you guys had any advice for how I can best support her. I'm a bit lost as what to do as something like this has never happened before. Whew, that's tough. Um, yeah, man. To be honest, I would say nothing really should change. Of course, a lot of things that you thought you were going to be able to share and do with her may not be possible, but at the age of 9, I believe children just need to be loved, attended to, cared for, and treated with respect, and I'm sorry to hear that of such an unfortunate accident, but it shouldn't change how you parent her. Like you're still her dad. She's still going to need you, probably even more now. And I would just try to make my house comfortable and accessible and welcome to her. You know, I would yeah, just make my house a welcome environment for her. Whether you need a ramp, that's the first thing I would probably do is um I don't know what the word is called. It's not weatherized because it's not for weather, but make your house handicap accessible, you know. I would read. I would maybe join some support groups. I'm a big avid fan of Meetup. Now, I haven't been participating as much as I could since I moved, just because I don't have the time. I work nights, and when I get off, I really just want to be here with the boys, chilling, cooking, catching up, and stuff like that. So I don't really use Meet Me that much, but Meet Me is a good way to just meet like-minded people. So I would probably try to join some support groups, and maybe try to find other people who are in a similar situation or who have been through a similar situation. Google is your friend. Google will help you see what's out there as far as support groups, as far as um, even the hospital. I think the hospital might be somewhere to get some good resources for what you can do as a father. And also write about it, man. Blog about it, put your thoughts on paper. It's not easy. A lot of situations we go through, we can't really, or some situations we go through, we can't really ask other people for advice because some situations are really just rare. So, yeah, man, I would tell this guy to continue to treat his daughter no differently, and try to find out what type of technologies and what type of comforts she would need when she's with you, and a support group. So, yeah, um, that's r/single dads for today. Um, so yeah. Oh, good news. The boys got a PS5, man. I was really, 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 really proud of them. I think it was maybe on Wednesday. Either way, one day, I think it was Thursday. It was Thursday because I went to work Wednesday night and then I stayed up a little bit Wednesday trying to get a freaking Top Shots. We'll talk about that too because they relaunched at um I want to say 9 a.m. Pacific time. So I was trying to stay up till noon, but I didn't make it. No, actually, I was going to go to bed early and then I was going to get up at noon. So I went to bed early, like got off work, got in a shower, read a little bit, got into bed. And then usually when I go to work, I only sleep about 3 or 4 hours a day, maybe five tops. So I slept I went to sleep and then I was just heard a bunch of screaming and yelling and all of this stuff, right? And come to find out, um, yeah, the boys was like, "Oh, I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it." And I was like, "What?" I thought he was joking, but he was not. So yeah, so I'm happy for them. I'm proud of them. They waited, they were patient, they didn't give up. One time I remember they called me, they were like, well, they was talking to me, they was like, "Daddy," or they don't call me daddy. They think that's weird, which I agree. It was like, "Dad, can we just get an Xbox One instead? Like it just seems like those don't sell out as fast." I was like, do you really want to settle? I mean, I don't want an Xbox. I don't like Xbox. So if I told them though, if you guys want to settle and try to get an Xbox, go ahead, but I would just be patient and get what I really want, And I think that that really paid off. I think they kind of see how, um, patience and perseverance and stick to itiveness can pay off, even with something small like that. So yeah, I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with this website, but this is NBATopShot.com, as you can see right here. So yeah, I don't know everything that you guys have heard, but recently there's been a lot of talk about NFTs. NFTs are non-fungible tokens, which is to say they are digital assets, for lack of a better word. Um, and usually they're kind of personalized. So NFT can be art. I've seen Street Fighter NFTs. I've seen Garbage Pail NFTs. Logan Paul had an NFT. I think Tory Lanez just launched some NFTs. So these are assets that are on the blockchain. And it's basically like buying cryptocurrency and storing it, but instead of it being currency, it's an actual digital asset, right? It's not monetary. Although it's worth money, it's not actual currency. It's more like I'll just show you. So they're cards, but they're not cards, they're moments, right? So um it's really something I just kind of got into, and I don't even know if they are taking new customers yet. Okay. So these are the packs that just came out. This came out yesterday, I think, and this came out the day before. So the way they're doing it now is they're like starting a queue. And so like right around the time they send you an email, you can sign up for the emails once you join the community. Sign up for emails, they send you an email and they tell you when there's going to be drops. And when these drops happen, you have to, get in line. And then once you get in the queue, when the queue opens, they randomly give you a spot in the queue, right? And when they randomly give you a spot in the queue, just depending on how many packs they have, um, and what number you are, you can buy a pack. And I think that's a good way to do it because at least some people are guaranteed to get one. When they first started, still in beta, when they first started, when I first heard about it, it was like the site was crashing. They would log you out. Even if you were in line an hour early, you still wouldn't get a pack because they have bots, and these bots, man, these bots are crazy. So people have bots for everything. So people have bots, and so they've been working on it, and they've been making the drops a little bit more accessible, for lack of a better word. And so yeah, to me, it's just something. It's just like randomly, like when you was a kid, you would go and buy a pack of Upper Decks or I don't know, Tops, whatever kind of cards you got, right? And you would hope you got a Michael Jordan or Shaquille O'Neal or a Ken Griffey Jr. And this is essentially the same thing. And what I've noticed, as I guess I would be a Generation Xer. I'm 43. So what I've noticed is that they do a lot of marketing to our generation because it's like now they assume we have money to buy things that we used to have to ask our parents for, right? Or they make movies about things that we remember watching growing up and they think, oh, now their parents, they'll want to take their kids. Case in point, Tom and Jerry. Kids, my kids don't know well, they know who Tom and Jerry is because I told them, but kids don't know who Tom and Jerry is. But they made a whole movie about it thinking, oh, these people will take their kids to see Tom and Jerry. Um, I'm not. It looks corny. Same with Coming to America. You know, they know we grew up and we watched Coming to America. Now we have money. Now we have kids. We'll go watch a sequel of something that we saw 20 years ago. I haven't watched it yet. I probably will do a review on this channel about it once I do watch it. Actually, tonight is Movie Mondays, and that's something else I want to tell you guys about. And that's something that I think has been really, really good for us, you know? So if you're a single dad, traditions, man, you know, because one thing, I don't know if I said it last week, but one thing I've started to notice is that memories are better than things. You know, my son got a Switch, a Nintendo Switch for like right around the holiday time, and he doesn't play it, you know, but when we went to Fogo de Chao, he got to talk about it at school the other day, you know, like they named his top 5 restaurants, and that was one of them. So memories are better than things. So I said that to say, if you get your children on the weekend or every other week or something, do something consistently that they can attribute to you, you know, like do something that's just for you guys, whatever that is. You know, like when I was still living where my daughter lives, I started taking her out on dates, right? So me and my daughter, she's 18 now, she'll be 19, but when I still lived in the same town that she lived in, like once a month we would go on a date. You know, it would just be me and her, and I would literally date my daughter as if, you know, she was a woman, because I wanted to spend that time with her. Whenever we used to all three go together, she kind of felt a little left out because, you know, we might go to the park, or, you know, we would do something that wasn't really suited for a 15-year-old girl at the time. It was more suited for, you know, 11 and 8-year-old boys. So I decided to start, and we would just do little stuff like go see a movie. I would take her out to eat to like adult restaurants, you know, like I guess not McDonald's or nothing like that, but places that I would go myself. Um, you know, Chili's, Applebee's, something like that. But that I think helped bring us a little bit closer together. And now with the boys, what we do is we have movie Mondays. So every Monday at around 7 o'clock, I'll cook, get some popcorn, and we'll watch a movie. Everybody gets a chance to pick the movie, and we rotate. So last week, my youngest son picked The Conjuring, which I had never seen. And this week, we're going to watch Coming to America. Now, I think I want them to watch Coming to America 1 first. So we might watch Coming to America Part 1 first this week. And then next week, we'll watch Coming to America Part 2, because I want them to get some context and I want them to have an opinion, you know, because I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about it. You know, some people say it sucks, some people said it was funny. So I guess it all depends on your sense of humor. I'm I have a quirky sense of humor. You know, like there's just stuff that a lot of people find funny that I don't find funny. Like that guy Ja, he's not funny to me. Haha Davis, not funny to me. Now Ryan Davis is funny to me. Um, DC, like DC is a clown. I don't think that his stand up is funny, but his personality is like funny. Like I like DC's personality. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Who else? Patrice O'Neal was funny to me. Just to give you some examples. Cat Williams is funny to me. Kevin Hart is not funny to me. Uh Desi, eh, you know, I kinda like some of the things he does because, like, growing up in the South, some of those skits are pretty accurate. You know what I'm saying? But and I wouldn't pay to go see him. Billy and Delay, like the Did You Miss Me boys, I think they're funny. I would pay to go see them. So yeah, we'll watch movie Mondays. We'll watch a movie every Monday and just kind of chill and sit down. No phones, no tablets, no distractions, and we watch a movie. And I think since we've been doing that, we all really just look forward to it because when you work or they have school, you just don't have you sometimes you don't spend a lot of time together. But I spend a lot of time with my kids. Like, so Mondays and Wednesdays we go to the gym, we watch movies on Mondays, and then usually depending on what day I'm off, we'll get out and see the town a little bit on the weekends. So yeah. Back to NBA Top Shots real quick because I was able to get a pack and I'll let you guys just see real quick um what they look like. So I put the Hawks as my favorite team. They're probably really not my favorite team. I don't really. That's another thing. If you be around me long enough, you'll know I don't have any loyalty to any sports teams. I used to bet. I still might bet here and there. So I've learned not to fall in love with no team. I think that's some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. I mean, like niggas, or excuse me, people act like they play for these teams. They be having tattoos, they be having all the clothes, all the gear, and they act like they get a salary, man. And I don't know. I've lived in a lot of cities, and in Atlanta, in LA, in Texas, even up here, these even Baltimore, even these people think that these teams are life and death, and if they lose, you've seen people destroy their TVs, you've seen people cry. Like I don't get into that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, who's gonna cover the spread? I don't care if my mama and another. Well, she's not a grandma yet. Well, actually, she is a grandma. If my mama was versus another grandma and in a race, and I felt like the other grandma was faster than my mama, guess who I'm betting on? The fastest one. So yeah, with that being said, the Hawks is not my favorite team, but I'm gonna show you real quick my moments. So I just got these, and these is what a moment looks like. I haven't searched for how rare they were. You see what I'm saying? So this is like the series in the set, and I think basically the closer you get to the last one, the less money you have. So these are always in your vault. You can see these, and yeah, basically they're just like clips, clips from different games. And now you own them, and you can sell them or trade them or keep them. So yeah, let me go back. And what I've heard, don't hold me to this. This is my worst one on it, but it's so funny because it's a low one. But I mean, really? But see, the thing about it, now, I mean, that was a good move. I ain't gonna lie. That was a nice little move right there. I don't know who his name, Sabonis, and that was on Giannis, but still. So what I heard is that eventually they're gonna have games, right? So depending on the scenario in the game, don't quote me on this, but hear me out. So depending on the scenario of the game and what moment you have, let's just say you have two teams playing each other. I'm gonna show you guys my last one, which is my favorite one, but I don't think it's worth much, just because I like him. Like this is a UK boy, if you know your basketball. Yeah, watch this right here. The move though. Oh, hey, buddy can handle the rock. See, to me, that's who the Lakers should have tried to get instead of freaking Dennis Schroeder. You know what I'm saying? Like De'Aaron Fox is a better point guard. Dennis Schroeder is slow, man. Really, they just traded Rondo for a younger Rondo, and I like Rondo, but as far as skill sets concerned, Dennis Schroeder and Rondo about the same, about what and what. So yeah, so that's those. They have a marketplace. The marketplace is disabled, but meaning that you can't use it right now, but you can get an idea of what some of these moments are going for, right? So Rudy Gobert 110, Devin Booker 110, Jokic, Tyler Hero. They basically tell you how much people are asking for these, right? And some of them, you know, you'll be surprised. Let me see. Let's sort by price. Let's sort by highest asked. Let me see. You can't sort by that. Let me see if I can filter tier. Let me just see if I can filter the ultimate. Oh, okay. Boom. So here we'll go. We'll look at some of the legendaries, right? These are legendary moments. Um, and look at this. Now, I don't know if people actually are paying this for these because you see you have 15 listens. So, in my estimation, I would probably sell it for less, right? Like if I had a Victor Oladipo and people were asking 5,450 and it was 15, I would be like, I will give you mine for 5,000 because I mean, think about it. People are paying thousands of dollars for highlights for Sports Center top 10. Some of these ain't even top 10 play. I didn't even know he went to Houston. Hmm. I wonder how that's going to work with him and John Wall together. I didn't even know he went there. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't pay attention as much as I used to, but I don't know. Maybe that's a good little pickup because they can both play the one and the two, and I think Victor is a little bit less selfish than James Harden. So yeah, that's the lowest ask price is 5,450 for a layup. I'm gonna keep showing y'all some of these just so y'all can kind of understand. I like Bi. He's probably he's probably one of my favorite young players. He's long and he can shoot. Yeah. So see, this tells you, and depending on what serial number you got, oh wow. Depending on what serial number you got, that's how much money you can expect to get. Wow. 49,000 for his jersey number. So y'all see, man, this shit is crazy and this shit is just getting started. And I'll show y'all something real quick that they're finna start they're finna start using they're finna start doing a UFC. And then I think after they do the UFC, they might do baseball, but let's be real. I mean, baseball will probably have rare moments, but I don't care about baseball. But I know they're doing the UFC and they have basketball already. So, yeah, man, it's like basically investing in digital basketball cards, for lack of a better word. So, yeah, that's NBA Top Shot. I will leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check it out. And I'm going to actually leave a few links in the description. Um, One is to a Telegram page that I have that I'm just going to start, putting information in. And the other links will be to like some cryptocurrency wallets. So I'll send you a link to Voyager, which is a crypto wallet that I use. And I don't know, that might be it. Anyways, let's take another. Let's just see. So, I mean, even people you never heard of, you can still get a good, you know, 600-700 off of depend. If you can spend $14, and if you get lucky, you might get a pack that's worth 500-600. Like, look at this. This is just a Alonzo Ball full court pass. That's it. He can pass the ball too. Who y'all think's better? Put in the comment section below, man. Melo or Alonzo? If you know, I would like to hear y'all's opinion. So yeah, we're gonna get off of this for now, and we're not gonna keep you guys here too much longer. This is already kind of went over. Hope you guys got some some knowledge, a little bit. So let's take a look at our charts this morning before the market opens. And if you guys have any charts you want me to look at, um, feel free to let me know. So yeah, looks like this guy is in a zone. I ain't gonna lie, this guy has been really, really, really bothering me. It's like every time I expect it to break higher, it breaks lower. So what I'm gonna start doing is really, really, really following the trend. Like I tend to be biased, right? Like so for example, I take my personal biases and I put them on the market. So if I feel like, oh, okay, they're pumping money into the economy, that means the dollar is weak. That means silver and gold should go up. And you can't time the market, So I feel like as like this was, like I think last week I was looking at the 4 hour chart and I got a close above here. So I was like, okay, it closed above the 4 hour resistance. It's going to continue up and hit this wick. And it looked like it was, and then it just turned over, So with that being said, I know that this these are heavy. This is heavy resistance. If you see it hit one, gapped over here, that was that day Wall Street Bets was talking about pumping silver. So it gapped up that day, came right back down because they can't corner the silver market, and then made another corrective move and rolled right back down. So until silver is like, either let's take a look. Let me look down. I probably won't really, 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 you know, you might not get buys. I think if you can get down here, then that's when I would start really, really, really looking for. I would love to be able to look for buys at around $20. Now, will we get there? Who knows? But as for me, I am going to not look for any buys until I'm in a buy zone. So, like I said, that's a buy zone. I think this is a buy zone. Okay. So until I get, around here or here, I'm not looking for buys. I'm only looking for sales. Now, mind you, I'm not trading this because I'm just upset with it right now. So I'm just going to leave it alone. But I watch silver. I like silver. I actually own physical silver. I have a goal of, you know, a certain amount of ounces of physical silver that I want to accumulate because I just don't want to have all my eggs in one basket because, I was talking to my little cousin yesterday and we were discussing a lot of stuff and he was saying, and I don't know if there's really an answer to this, but he was saying that um like what if the electricity goes out? I'm not now your crypto won't be lost, right? Like it'll still be there, but what if you can't access it? What if they kill the cell phone towers? What if the power goes out? Because I noticed something, during the Texas storms about Teslas. I mean, Teslas is cool and all until you can't charge it up, until there's no electricity, then you can't even use your car. And that happens. So, yeah. Um so as for me, I think silver's a sell. I think silver could probably really get down to either one of these points. I would go down to my lower time frame, and I think this was last night. So it gapped up last night and then it came back and filled this gap. Now, we have some support around here. I think this was Friday, and then this was Friday. This was NFP, and then it recovered some of its losses from NFP, and then it pulled back some. So it's on a 30-minute chart. So this looks like, some support on the. Let me on like a lower time frame. This looks like some lower time frame support right here, around 25. But as long as it's in this zone, it's no trade for me. I either want to see it break above this zone or below this zone to find an entry. And so I'll keep my eye on it all week and yeah, see what happens. I'm gonna go take a look at Litecoin because I'm actually in this trade. I actually closed out this morning. I made a little bit of profit on USD peso. Um, this guy has a lot of room to run, and I don't know if you guys paid attention, but last year this was this was like right when the pandemic happened, and that bitch shot up. So if the market starts to, go down, I expect USD peso to continue up. I'm actually gonna probably um add another trade in here on this pullback. Actually, you know, so I might try to wait and see. I might try to wait and see if I can get an entry somewhere down here for a continuation. I want to see a pullback. That's 4 weeks in a row. I would like to see a pullback somewhere down in this level and then target 22.24. So yeah, let's take a look at crypto real quick because it's kind of bothering me. Well, what's bothering me is that. So yeah, I'm currently in this trade again. Yesterday, I felt like yesterday I felt like we was gonna continue moving up, because if you look at Ether, it looks like it's moving up. If you look at Bitcoin, mm, so Bitcoin hit that resistance. You see how that works? I didn't change. I ain't moved my lines. I ain't made no new lines. So Bitcoin has a hard time breaking about 52,000. So it's kind of ranging right now too. And you're either gonna get a retest of 45, or you're gonna get a break of 52, and we headed back up to 60,000. Same with this guy. This was a good entry. I wasn't really paying attention to either, but this was a really good entry. If you could have caught this bottom and tail bar right here and rolled it all the way up here, it's like 4,000 pips almost. So if you look, Ether kind of hit around 1760, which was probably a previous level. Yeah, and we're gonna see what it's gonna do. I expect some pullback, maybe back down into either one of these zones, and then to continue moving higher. Pullbacks are healthy, man. That's just the bottom line. So yeah, currently in the drawdown, but I'm not concerned about it. I know a lot of you guys like XRP. To me, it looks like it's just cranking, man. It's just kind of consolidating. This is just an ugly chart. Like, there's no what is this? Uptrend, downtrend, sideways trend, or what? That's just an ugly chart, man. Like, and I think, to me, this is typical. This looks like a pump and dump. Pump, dump, pump, dump. I don't touch it. Um Zcash, man, and this guy uh looks like it's finding some support around here, 105 looks like a strong support, and where we're at right now, 125 is a strong support. So if we could probably break above here, we might continue moving up to this level, you know. But the way it's looking on the weekly, it's got to break. Let me move this, because it looks like it's got to break. It's got to break and hold above this to continue going up. If it doesn't, then we'll probably see another move back down to 104. I can remove these because we probably will never get back down there again. If we do, I can make new lines. So yeah, let's need cash. GPB USD, my other big boy. Yeah, man, it had to pull back. This was a awesome move. If you caught this move, shout out to you, man, because this would have got you paid. Now it looks like we're getting, you know, a retracement, which is normal, and of course, this is based on the U.S. dollar. So keep in mind, again, with some fundamentals, if you are diluting the U.S. dollar, which direction should the pound go? Good question. But as for me, I would wait, and I would want to see it form some support. So if we see right here, I have another chart. If you see right here, it had a hard time. Oh no. It had a hard time with this level, right? For a little while, it had a hard time breaking this level. Okay. So once it broke this level, it took off. This is on a daily, by the way. So what I will be trying to find is some support back around here. And if this support holds, I will be looking for a long entry to back up to around, yeah, 1.42. See, and what I like to do is I like to set my TPs a little bit under the wicks, because the wick could get filled, but do you want to lose a trade because the wick didn't get filled? No. I'd rather win a trade and don't worry about the wick getting filled. So yeah, that's my outlook on GPB USD. It's definitely in an uptrend. The uptrend definitely is not broken yet, and until the uptrend is broken, I'm looking for buys. My bias is buys. Let's do. Let's do. Oh, this guy. Whew, this guy has been blowing me, man, because it moves slow, and I kind of seen this down here, and I just didn't get in. And that's one thing. That's why I think concentrating on, you know, one or two pairs will keep you from missing trades, because I missed this trade big time. But it's not. I mean, it's no big deal because there's always going to be more trades. So if you look at the U.S. Swiss overall, this is a heavy resistance, and this is on the monthly. Okay, man, that was the move. So now we finna run into a lot of traffic, lot of traffic, lot of traffic, and it looks like it just kind of blew through. It just kind of blew through this level right here. I would wait for a pullback, me personally, but we might actually get pretty far before we pull back. If you look at these moving averages, we might get pretty far. But I would wait. I mean, now you're buying at the top. So I would wait and try to get, you know, back into this area before I look for any long entries. And that's just me personally on the USD Swiss. I don't know why it's taken off if the dollar is weakening, right? If the dollar is weakening, why is the dollar getting stronger against the Swiss franc? Or maybe, yeah. So that's Swiss franc. I want to see a pullback, but this was a nice reversal. This was the best entry, or even here, or even here. But after that, now you just need to wait for another pullback. You've seen a lot of green candles. I'd want to see some red so it can cool off and kind of give me an entry. Another pair I don't touch that's just been climbing and climbing and climbing, and I like to look out. I like to zoom out a little bit and see what I can see. And as far as the pound is concerned, pound yen, there's a lot of space over here, man. I mean, a lot of space. So if you can break this level, this 150 level here, the sky's the limit. Now, what I would want to see, of course, is I keep saying this, but it's true. I would want to see like a pullback into this zone. You know, I would want to see a pullback down into here. That would be healthy correction, and then we continue to 150, 160. So on the 4 hour, we got some resistance right here. You see that? Having trouble every 4 hours, having trouble breaking this. So we got some resistance right here. But if we break above this 150, I think the sky's the limit. I'm probably going to get on stream at 6:30 and watch some live streamers. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little brief recap. Like I said, if you guys have any questions, any comments, any concerns, feel free to hit me up. if you guys have any suggestions, I don't think a lot of people talk about this because everybody wants to be a player or level up or a high value man or, you know, everybody wants to be defined by someone else. So I think it's important that you define yourself, right? And that's what I'm doing. All right. Peace.